It's this week with the Jets with your boy Flo. We're breaking down week 6 between the Jets and the Eagles. I'm going to give you my 2 favorite plays from this game, why I think they're correlated to the Jets potentially beating the Eagles for the first time in franchise history. Before we get started, please like the video and comment down below. Really looking forward to 2 spots in this game between a Jets and an Eagles matchup where the Jets have never beaten the Eagles in the history of their franchise. Truly remarkable. Not one single time, but they'll try to accomplish that at MetLife Stadium, 425 this Sunday. Coming off of a huge win in Denver. They also have the bye week next week, so getting to 500 in the bye at week 7, that has to be a win if you're Robert Saleh and company. So what am I looking for? Well, this is an Eagles team that enters the game. No Darius Slay, no Jalen Carter, who's playing as good as any defensive tackle in the NFL. So naturally you would think about running the ball more without avoiding the middle. But I'm going to go the other way. I think the Jets have to throw it on first down because that's the way to win this game. The Eagles have the second best run defense in the NFL. And stop for a second. When you think Philadelphia Eagles, I know I certainly think about a great pass rush, a great defensive unit, lockdown coverage. Well, this year hasn't been the case. They lost linebackers TJ Edwards and Kaiser White, and flat out, tight ends are scorching the Eagles. They haven't seen an abundance of targets, only 29, but on those 29 targets, it's 24 receptions, and they're allowing the 4th most yards per target in the NFL at 8.8. They're also allowing the highest passer rate in the NFL. You get the point. Tight ends killing the Philadelphia Eagles. 4 of the 6 tight ends they faced this year have covered their line, which brings me to my first play of the day, which is Tyler Conklin over 27.5 receiving yards. A guy that we've seen has cooked over the last 4 games with Zach Wilson, and they have a nice little rapport out there. Let's look at throughout the first week against Buffalo, where everybody was in fire alarm mode. Aaron Rodgers goes down. Zach Wilson didn't even expect to play the entire season. But since that point, you're seeing that Conklin and Zach Wilson are getting on the same page, especially last week in Denver, where early on in the game, patience in the pocket from Zach Wilson, finding Conklin over the middle, and late in the game. 3rd and long, he finds Tyler Conklin on a huge 3rd down to keep the chains moving and to get the Jets into field goal range as they'd eke out that game against the Denver Broncos. Well, once again, I think you're going to look at Tyler Conklin to do what he's been doing, and that's get over that line as he's done 3 of the last 4 games. This Eagles team, especially Zach Cunningham, can be taken advantage of, targeting those linebackers and especially on first down. I'm expecting for the New York Jets and company on offense to be a little bit more aggressive because you're going to see that Breece Hall's going to have a ton of defenders in the box. My second favorite play of the day, it's something that I've coined the Jimmy system in the National Football League, and that is taking the box safety against the Philadelphia Eagles. It has been money. You look at the fact that the last 13, count it up, 13 box safeties going back to last year going against Jalen Hurts have covered their line. Not only covered it, they've smashed it. Go look at Harrison Smith. Last week, Jordan Fuller. We've been over the strong safety each week in all of these games if you've been following me on Twitter. And this week, Jordan Whitehead gets the call up at 4.5 tackles plus assists at -130. A line that he was routinely covering last year. And I'm going to go to what Robert Saleh, the head coach, said. He said it. I didn't, so pick beef with him. He said we need all 11 players, especially on that brotherly shove play with Jalen Hurts, to kiss the quarterback. Pause. But I like Jordan Whitehead to cover his tackles, 4.5 in a game where I think that the Eagles are going to be dominating time of possession. And if they're going to have the ball, I really think that you're going to see Whitehead come into the box and really be a factor. Because with this Eagles team, the ball doesn't hit the ground much. It's a lot of shots up the seam, a lot of run plays. And on 3rd down, you see with that brotherly shove play on 4th down, they'll run it. A lot of times the stat keepers will give 3 guys a tackle plus assist. So yeah, just to recap, my 2 favorite plays from this game. Give me Tyler Conklin over 27.5 receiving yards. Give me Jordan Whitehead to cover his 4.5 at -130. And if you want a long shot, I took the ladder on Bet365 all the way up to 10 tackles plus assists at plus 1,600. Well, that'll do it here from me at This Week with the Jets. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take it easy and let's make some cash this Sunday. Peace.